So what's crazy is that I find myself revisiting the iPhone 14 Pro all of the time. Every single, probably like every other day, I'm messing with my iPhone 14 Pro for some reason. Although I don't use this phone as an everyday device, I still feel so many weird ways about the 14 Pro. It is really the only iPhone since probably the iPhone 11 Pro that I didn't pretty much switch to. It's been like however many months, like 6 months since the iPhone 14 Pros came out. I bought it. I went to transfer all my data to it, and I never fully switched to it. And it's so weird because the SIM card thing was the main reason why I didn't even switch to it in the beginning with, and I have no good reason to basically switch to it other than it's not a big upgrade coming from the 13 Pro. Now, the strangest thing is, from every review I've seen, from every forum post I've seen, even on Reddit, I've seen that a lot of people hype up the dynamic island a lot. A lot of people are saying that whenever they're doing something, if they're getting notifications or whatever, that dynamic island actually gives them a little bit of a better experience and a noticeably better experience than the iPhone, that they had before. And personally for me, that doesn't seem like that big of an upgrade to me. For my day-to-day activities, even when I do use my 14 Pro for some things, those notifications I'm getting from the dynamic island don't really persuade me of using that phone any more than a 13 Pro, for example, that I'm currently using. So that was one thing that kind of stood out to me. And I didn't feel like switching over to the 14 Pro because of the dynamic island. I didn't feel like switching over to the 14 Pro because of the camera or the display or the battery life or anything like that. There wasn't anything, I guess, compelling for me to actually switch over to that phone. And I keep thinking about why, and I think it's mostly that I expected that iPhone to be a better iPhone. I expected that iPhone to have some charming aspect to it, and when I switched over from my iPhone 10 to the 11 Pro, the design change was actually pretty big, and I actually did like that a lot. I'd grown accustomed to that iPhone and I liked it a lot after. Then I switched to the 12 Pro, which was a little bit bigger. Didn't really like it, but it was okay. The 13 Pro, I switched to it because of promotion, and that was an awesome experience. I love the 13 Pro a lot. And then with the 14 Pro, I guess the dynamic island was a really big change for some people, and I appreciate that a lot. But personally for me, coming from my 13 Pro, it just was basically more or less the same thing. And I didn't feel like losing my SIM card slot just yet. I feel like I'm going to have to do it at some point, considering all phones support eSIM, so it's not even that big of a deal anymore. But that was one thing that kind of threw me off. And I feel like whenever Apple does kind of remove something like that, I'm always like 1 or 2 generations behind of people upgrading. The same thing happened with the iPhone 6s Plus to the iPhone 7 Plus. I didn't switch over to the 7 Plus because of the headphone jack, and then with the no home button for a little bit, and so many other things. But ultimately, I look at the iPhone, 14 Pro. It's a great iPhone. It's a better iPhone than pretty much the iPhone 13 Pro, but I don't know. I did kind of expect that iPhone to be better than what I was expecting. So that pretty much covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.